In this tutorial, we're going to go over the use of two feature tools, 3D model tools, that are going to require some sketches and some planes to create, but we're going to get this really cool kind of organic, abstract looking shape using the tool Loft. And then we're going to shell it out, which will hollow it out, which is what creates this vase. Um, so in this case, we're going to work with several different tools. We're going to move some planes around. We're going to have some fun with this. This is a tool that really allows you to create some really cool looking things. To create this vase part, we're going to start out by creating some sketches with some layers, or sorry, some work planes before we get going any further. So to start with, we're going to open up our origin, and on our excuse me, I'm going to go ahead and rotate to our or isometric view so we can see which way the planes go. On our XZ plane, I'm going to go ahead and start a sketch. Now this sketch, again, the nice part is with these, the direction of orientation doesn't matter. So top, sideways, not really going to worry about it. I'm going to go ahead and grab my circle tool, and in the center, because I am going to line everything up in the center, I am going to draw a 6-inch circle. The nice thing is these sketches are all pretty simple. I'm going to go ahead and finish that. Go back to that. It's going to take me back to that isometric view, which is great. So again, I'm using the XZ plane to start. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a offset from plane, start with my XZ plane, and I am going to go up 6 inches. The nice part is you can come back and adjust these. So when you're doing this on your own, you can mess with it, kind of estimate, put it there, bring it up or down if you need to. So now that that plane is created, I'm going to select that work plane and start a 2D sketch. This time I'm going to get a center point rectangle. I am going to start in the center, and I am going to make the starting square. It's actually a square, so same measurements, 10 by 10. So 10 tab 10, and we make that square. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my sketch fillet tool, sketch fillets, set this at 1, and we're going to go ahead and start picking our lines to fillet all of the corners. So you'll be able to see what this looks like. So we create that sketch, again, 10 by 10, 1-inch corners. Everything's fully constrained. I'm going to go ahead and accept that. Go back to this view. We're again going to do an offset from plane, plane creation. So offset from plane. I'm going to click, this is the plane to measure from, and we're going to go up 9 inches. And then I'm going to go ahead and select that plane as a plane to start my 2D sketch on. This time I'm going to go back to my circles, and I'm going to make a 3-inch circle in the center. So to speed this up, 3 inches. Excellent. Going to hit finish. Going to go back to our stack one more time. Offset from plane creation. From the top plane, we're going to go up. This time again, we're going to stick with 3 inches. On that plane, we're going to go ahead and start our 2D sketch. And my last circle is going to be a 5-inch circle at the top. So I am going to click my center point and give myself a 5-inch circle. There we go. Looks kind of cool from the top, but as we go back to that isometric view, now you can start to see the shape of the vase. So with all of my sketches created, I'm then going to go to the Loft tool. So I'm going to start my Loft, and here's my selections, and I'm just going to add them in order. So I'm going to go with the bottom sketch. Then I'm going to go to the next sketch up. I'm going to come up here to this circle and to the circle again. And you can see as it creates, it kind of creates this guide curve that it follows. If you wanted to get really advanced with a loft, you could have created a guide curve or what they call rails over here. So we've go ahead and we've selected everything. We want to make a solid. There's some other options here you can mess with if you like. But for our purposes, that's going to create our overall shape, which looks fantastic. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to use a tool that's called Shell. Shell allows us to basically hollow out a solid. So again, we've got to remove faces right here. The face we want to remove is this top face right here, so it opens it up. Now we do want to set our thickness at 0.25, and we hit enter, and we've now shelled everything. So again, if you were able to kind of look inside this, so I'm going to kind of use my rotate tool, and sorry, wrong tool. I'm going to use my rotate tool, and as you can see, we've got the inside of this object all shelled out. It doesn't go all the way through. The bottom of it is still solid. It's still 1/4 of an inch thick there. It's literally the only faces that disappear are the ones you click on when you click remove faces. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to my isometric view here. Now, if you don't like the planes showing, you can, when you right click on them, go down to visibility and turn that off, so that if there are any planes you don't want to see or that aren't hidden, you can turn the visibility off so that you don't have to look at them. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, and this is our completed vase. So at this point, I would definitely save it as vase. And I would go ahead and change this material to phenolic resin. And that does pick this like smooth color here, smooth light orange, which is fine. If you would prefer a different smooth color, I can switch it to smooth red. And that gives us a great look. This is the material that you need. This is everything that you need. So go ahead and right click on here, go to your iProperties, go to the project screen, take your image as you see it here, and then you can also switch to physical to get your mass for the sheet that you turn in.